Hello and welcome to Arizona Home Goals. It's Javier, and today we're going to be talking about what you can buy in the Phoenix, Arizona area right now under $350,000. It's pretty safe to say that things are pretty unaffordable here in Arizona, and with prices beginning to start to fluctuate up in some cities and down in some cities, now more than ever, it's really important that you have a good pulse of the data and the market. So let's focus on houses under 350 today. So what we're going to be using for today's video is the MLS, which you may not have access to, which is totally fine. Once you're working with a licensed agent here in Arizona, you can have one set up. So if you want me to set up a search for you just like this, all you gotta do is text me. My phone number is right here. But anyways, let's get to it. So off the bat, we can see here that there's 97 houses for sale under $350,000. We have a criteria set between 3 to 350, 3-bedroom plus, 2-bathroom plus. Now, every green circle is a house for sale, and we're seeing a lot of houses here in the older part of town, Phoenix, Glendale, some parts of South Phoenix, East Mesa. We're not really seeing those newer cities like Chandler, Avondale, Goodyear, North Peoria pop up. And we see, of course, if you want a newer house, that's going to be in Buckeye. Now, what we can do here, like I said, most of these will be built before 2000. If I make the restriction 2000 and under, then 86 of them remain. So you can see that anything above 2001 is only about like 24 options, and it's gonna be like in Buckeye or scatter here throughout. So just kind of show you what's there. So if you're looking to buy in between 3 to 350 right now, looks like you're gonna have to settle for an outskirts city. Now I didn't add Maricopa here, but I know if I do, there will be a lot more options. Casa Grande as well. But typically we like to focus in on the inner cities, but Maricopa is definitely a solid option. If you're okay with the drive, you're okay out being in the middle of nowhere. Well, not middle, that's not fair. There's a lot of stuff to do out there. So what kind of houses pop up? Well, it's going to be houses like this. We're going to be, like I said, I think it was 84 of them are houses before 2000. So if we start at the very tippy top, and we work our way down, we can see these are the homes that pop up. Remember, when you're buying these older houses, you want to make sure you have a lot of reserve cash because you're going to have to put some work in to make the house livable. So if you're looking with an FHA loan or some kind of first-time home buyer program, you want to make sure if it looks like it needs a lot of work, just skip it. It's just probably not even going to work for your financing type because they need the house to be in better shape. But here we have something pretty decent. 8302 West Baxter. I'm assuming that's like what, 83rd and Camelback. Yep, around there. 83rd and Camelback Pro. Look at that. I know what I'm talking about. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,300 square feet, 1 day on the market. Very cute house. Looks like it's on a corner lot. Something like this is very doable and very, it's able to get done. So we can run the payment scenario on this so you get an idea of what it would cost. So the taxes on the house like this is approximately $1,100. I'm assuming that the insurance wouldn't be that high. So let's just put the taxes at $1,100 a year. And so insurance premium about $1,000 a year. PMI will do about 50, assuming you're going with conventional with okay credit. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, once again, text me here. We can set up an appointment when you're ready to get the ball rolling, and I'll explain all this, what it means to you. For 340, let's do 350. Let's just say we get it for 340. Let's say we get you a good deal. With insurance and taxes and everything, is about $2,330. That is about the affordable range currently in Phoenix, Arizona, which it does suck. Some might say, well, is it sustainable? Well, the thing is that if you look at, say, the specific zip code here, which is what, 85037, we can actually identify and look up what's the average appreciation or the average like sales price in that area, just to make sure we're about where we need to. So we're going to look up average sales price by zip code. Let's focus in on 85037. If I put 85035 just first because that's where I grew up, and my brain automatically goes there. So we can see here the average price on the listing sold in the last 90 days is $380. Average sold price per square feet is $226. Here we are at, so I can see here based on the average sales price over the last 90 days, this is definitely under. What we can do further to just kind of cement our opinion here is we can look at the average sales price by city, and just to make sure, if we want to make sure we are knowing if we're in an upward trend or downward trend, right? Because you never want to be buying something on a downward trend, or if you are buying in a downward trend, you are aware of that and you make your offer more competitive to kind of stay ahead of that, right? So we remove all this, we remove all the zip codes, we look only at 85035, which, sorry, 37, I did it again. Looks like we were, as most of the city, we were up at our highest point was middle of last year. We went down mid-February to March is when it was the lowest point, and it went up, and now it's kind of staying fixed. So we are in a position in that specific zip code where things are kind of stabilizing, right? So that being said, you can maybe be a little aggressive on it, but the cheaper you get the house, the probably better position you're going to be in. But anyways, all this work on the data I'm doing, that's once again something you should do every time you make an offer at a house. It's not just like what does it feel right? What feels right to you, Mr. Buyer? What do you think you want to do? Or there's like a lot of offers and you get emotionally invested. You always want to go back, look at the data, and get before you make a decision. So back to our point, what can you buy in the 350 range in the Phoenix, Arizona area? You get houses like that. You get newer houses, you get older houses. I would personally avoid the older houses that need a lot of work unless you have a lot of cash to spend. If you're buying an older house, try to focus on something that has been updated recently, not remodeled, updated. Roofing, windows, ACs. And if you can find that, then get something that's going to give you a large amount of either money off the price or closing costs, so you can get some of that money that you can use for reserves to get that stuff done. Or you buy something like that first house we saw, which is like newer houses, like built in the 90s, early 2000s, that maybe are smaller. I think it was only like 11 or 1,200 square feet, but it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but it's a very cute, small starter home that you can get started. So all this, you should be under the $2,400 a month right now because rates are so high. If rates started dropping, I don't care who is out there, they're trying to predict rates going up and down. At this point, we don't know. All we know is Phoenix is expensive. If you want to be, you can go rent a house in the mid 2000s, or you can buy from the mid 2000s. Make sure you're buying with your budget in mind. And of course, if you're ready to get the ball rolling and have that conversation, my number's here. You can text me and we can, start that conversation. So, what do you guys think? I think I'm gonna make a video next, like between 350 to 400,000, because that seems to be the next standard range. But of course, let me know your thoughts. I appreciate your time. Who remembers when it was like 250 or 200,000? Those were the days, weren't they?